Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, a local attorney, and what you're about to watch is pretrial. Now, pretrial is the third court event in the process towards resolving a criminal case. The first was first appearance, the next was arraignment. Now we have pretrial to determine if the case is ready to proceed to docket day and potentially trial, or if it can't be worked out through plea or even dismissed. At pretrial, though, facts are not as important as they are in other hearings. In this case, it's procedural. The judge is going to bring in their entire docket to make sure that the attorneys are doing what they need to do to get the cases towards a just conclusion. Some of the cases you'll see are older, some are newer. On the older ones, you may see some tension as the judges are trying to make sure the cases are moving forward, but the stakes are getting high. So that's what pretrial is. Let's go see what happens.
CF 2747. Your Honor, we had a deposition yesterday of the victim in this case. We are working to get an additional round of depositions scheduled of other witnesses and the arresting officer. We'd request a continuance to the next pretrial.
Do you believe that the next cycle will be completed with our discovery ready to go?
Your Honor, the only other things we're missing, we still need a copy of the warrant, 911 calls if they still exist, and possibly any pictures or videos taken by the witness. Outside of that, I would expect discovery to be completed.
Well, Your Honor.
It's gonna, Barry, I don't wanna start off acting like a smart aleck. We're a year into this and we don't have these type of discovery items.
Can we approach, Judge?
Sure.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10.
So we'll continue to the next cycle, which will be February 14th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. I think that's all you got today, Mr. Garrett.
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
I think that's all you got today.
I believe so, Your Honor.
Mr. Dudley, good morning.
This is mine as well.
And the first one I have is Damian Beltran, 22 CF 2552, 22 CF 3063. We have depot set for January 20th. I would ask for continuance.
Do you anticipate that this will be the last round? We're over a year into it. Just kind of want to know where we're at.
I hope so. These officers didn't show up the first depot, so we had to reschedule it. I expect after the depositions to file some motions.
State?
Your Honor, that is correct, and just to remind the court, Ms. Dudley is not the first defense attorney on the case, so Ms. Dudley has not been on this case the whole time. That's the reason that we're still conducting it.
We'll continue this to 214.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Malik Coward.
That's Malik Cowden, 23 CF 2274. We are still waiting for discovery in this case.
This is a new case.
Yes, sir.
Court will continue it until 214.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, the state is getting discovery from Ms. Dudley. I anticipate it coming from her soon. And Ms. Dudley, she always, if you don't get it within the next week, just remind me you don't.
Okay. Thank you.
If I could pass Mr. Fountain, the state gave me an offer. We talked today. I need to talk to them again.
Sure.
We can pass him.
Ask me. I'm next to a microphone.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Go ahead, Mr. Killen. I'll bring her up. All right. William Killingsworth.
Now, this is William Killingsworth in 23 CF 2156. I believe we just received a link for discovery last week, so we'll ask for continuance.
Court will continue. This is a relatively new case. Continue to 214, 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
No objection.
Do we skip over Johnson?
What did your Honor use the word that?
Acceptable.
Your Honor, this is Kevon Prince Robinson in 23 CF 260 and 21 CF 2602. Your Honor, I do have a plea agreement if I may approach.
You may. Do we have a score sheet?
Your Honor, I will print out the score sheet for the court if Ms. Dudley does not have it.
I do not have it with me, Your Honor, I apologize.
Go ahead, Ms. Dudley, you may
Yes, sir.
announce the plea agreement.
In 23 CF 260, he would plead as charged, be adjudicated guilty, 515 in court costs and sentenced to time served. All costs will go to judgment. In 21 CF 2602, he would admit to the violation of probation, be adjudicated guilty, $100 cost of prosecution, time served, revoke and terminate probation, and cost of judgment.
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
I think I left off on the misdemeanor in 23 CF 260, but I think they're all both time served. I think I got everything on there. Should be 2 counts in 23 CF 260.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Your, Prince Robinson, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see those same terms are contained on the written agreement that you've signed. Just want to make sure you read the plea agreement closely,
Yes, sir.
gone over it with you in detail with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
I understand you're waiving some valuable legal rights. You can contest all this. Obviously, this is a pretty straightforward deal.
Yes,
I
sir.
can see why you're accepting it, but I just want to make sure you've gone over it in detail with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
You believe this is in your best interest.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement, and the defendant is entering a no contest plea in 23 CF 260, and you're admitting the probation in 23 CF 260. There'll be an adjudication of guilt. You'll be sentenced to time served with court costs, and those will go to judgment. And the other case, 21 CF 2602, again, adjudication of guilt, you credit for time served. You'll have cost of prosecution. Your probation will be revoked and terminated, everything. Costs go to judgment. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. So I just want to make sure that no downward departure, obviously, is,
Your Honor,
we don't have a score sheet. I just want to make sure there's no downward
he
departure.
does score 16 months, but I'm anticipating that he has that credit, so.
Okay. Very good. Ms. Dudley?
Your Honor, this is Ms. Johnson. Angela Lee Johnson, 23 CF 1991 and 15 CF 2330. We did get some additional discovery last week. I'm in the process of downloading it. It's several e.com links. And we're working on getting the surveillance video. I have spoke to the state about that. So we're just gonna ask for continuance.
Dave, where are we at?
That's correct, Judge. I believe that the only outstanding thing at this time is the cell phone download and the security camera footage. This is a relatively new case. However, it originated some time back in the past, and we can't put the cell phone or the security camera footage on e.com and send it in a link. So Ms. Dudley's going to give me a thumb drive. I'll put it on the thumb drive and then give it back to her. So we're working closely on this.
Okay, very good. The court will grant the continuance until 2/14 at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Nasir, right?
Now, this is Nasir Wright in 23 CF 321. We have deposition set on January 4th, so we'd ask for a continuance to the next docket, next pretrial.
Do you anticipate that, is that kind of completing the discovery? Just wanna
I
make sure.
believe so. We'll file motions after that, but I believe that should be the last group round of depositions.
Okay,
If everybody shows up, of course.
of course. It's always our
Yes, sir.
problem. So, court will grant the continuance till 2/14 at 9 a.m. Okay? Thank you very much.
And I do think that he has another case with Mr. Niddle.
Oh,
So we
okay.
need to hang
Mr.
around.
Niddle here? yet?
I did not see him.
Haven't seen him.
Okay, so you're gonna have
He's on the
to hold
docket.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just let you guys know, you'll have to wait for us to know.
Yeah, it's not on our, it
Yeah.
doesn't show that on our list. Come on.
I think that's all I have for right now, Your Honor. You can talk to Mr. Fount.
Just let me know when you get the other one, we'll go. Mr. Gates,
I think Mr. Gates still talking to me, Your Honor.
this is Mike. He's talking with me, it's okay.
So Fuller, I think Flaherty's next.
Mr. Flaherty?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Tim Flaherty on behalf of James Urquhart.
Yes. Hold on, so I'm trying. I got, this was continued. It's already been signed.
We had filed a motion, Judge, but we hadn't received the order, so we wanted to show up in abundance of caution.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
It's been signed, but it just hasn't made, it takes 2 or 3 days.
Yes, sir.
Try and get them in, we're trying to get them in earlier, but
Yes, sir.
we did sign a few. This is one that was continued.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's all I have.
That's all right. Thank you. Appreciate you coming over.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Durrell. Morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Durrell. How you doing?
Just fine, thank you. May it please the court, Dustin Durrell. And my first client today is Mr. Dylan.
Actually, we're gonna do the email first, Dustin. That's
Okay.
Who are we doing first?
Ms. Dana Jackson.
Jackson.
And Your Honor, this is Ms. Dana Jackson. This is,
23 CF 1912.
thank you, Your Honor. I have received the discovery in this case, reviewing the videos. I think we are going to need to schedule depositions for a potential motion to suppress. Would request a continuance to get those scheduled and taken, Your Honor.
This is a relatively new case. The court will grant the continuance till 2/14. State okay?
That's correct, Judge.
Continue to 2/14 and 9 a.m.
Okay, we're going to get the depositions done. Thank you. Your Honor, that brings me back to Mr. Dylan Asbel. Your Honor, we're here on 23 CF 1873. Mr. Asbel has recently been arrested
You've also
for...
got 23 1738, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Has recently been arrested for a violation of injunction. And speaking with the state, we're attempting to come to a potential global resolution for all of Mr. Asbel's counts. We are still in negotiation. The discovery is coming, Your Honor. I don't believe I've received much on the misdemeanor. Of course, that's not Ms. Sharpless's fault, it's a brand new one. But we were just trying to get a full picture of...
In order to get a full resolution, you're gonna need this discovery. My question being, how far are you as far as negotiations? Would it make any sense to come back on docket, or do you need a full cycle?
I think we would need a full cycle, Your Honor.
State?
Yeah, I agree, Your Honor, and no objection to a full cycle.
Very good. This is a relatively new case as far as, on this, the most recent case. So we'll continue until 2/14.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah. Be right back. Your Honor, next is Mr. Tevin Bellinger. 23 CF 1567. Your Honor, I have depositions set in Mr. Bellinger's case for January 4th. Would request a continuance to get those taken.
State?
Your Honor, that's correct.
Court continues to 2/14.
So we got the deposition set, okay.
Gomez Machado.
Next, Your Honor, is Mr. Gomez Machado.
Go ahead and announce the cases, Mr. Director.
This one is 23 CF 1833 and 1834, Your Honor.
Very good.
Your Honor, I've gotten the discovery, the paper discovery, I believe, on 1834. I don't know if the videos have come in for Bosco, if you sent those.
Give me one moment.
Okay. I know sometimes the email gets sent to Ms. Simmons instead of myself, and there's some issues getting the videos.
Yes, I did resend the or when did you come on the case?
We filed back in September.
It should have been sent to you in October, but I can have them resent.
Okay, if you would. That
You
might have
want
gotten
to-
lost in my email, Your Honor, I apologize. To me directly.
I'll make sure that gets done today.
Thank you, Mr. Wasco. So, Your Honor, if we may have a continuance to make sure I get those videos and can continue discussions with the state for a possible resolution.
Okay, we'll continue this to 214. 9/8.
Okay.
Hang on.
And we're done with Ms. Jackson. And I believe the last I have today, Your Honor, is Mr. Marquette Lewis. And Your Honor, we're here on 23 CF 2044, and we've recently filed on the older 22 case, Your Honor. I believe I've gotten, again, some of the discovery on the newer case. I do have all the discovery on the old case. I believe we're still waiting on FHP videos for the new case, Your Honor, and then we'll likely have to get depositions scheduled on that.
So we'll continue this till 214 and 9/8. It's a relative, the new case is relatively.
So we're still waiting on videos for the new case, and we're gonna do depositions. We'll go from there, okay? I got some, we're waiting on some more.
That's correct, sir.
I'll talk to you in just a second. I believe that's all I have. Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Ms. Gooden?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Cheryl Gooden for Eugene Dywiski. DYLEWSKI. 23 CF 2289. I'm asking for a continuance.
Ms. Gooden?
This is Eugene Dywiski. I'm asking for a continuance. He's scheduled for Veterans Court on the 15th, which should resolve this and his misdemeanor cases.
Okay. So we'll just go ahead and do a full cycle continuance, and if it's accepted into vet court, we'll just go off.
It'll fall off.
Okay. State
Can I see the
Yes,
file?
Your Honor,
Do you
that's
have the
correct.
time?
Yeah.
court will continue this to 214, so they work through on the Veterans Court. Hopefully that'll come to fruition. That's a very good program.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Can we go to the county?
Yeah, there's a line, just go ahead and stand in line, yes, ma'am.
I think that's your only case, isn't it, Ms. Good?
I'm sorry.
That's your only one, right?
I believe that's my only.
I think that's your only one.
I'm good at getting my guys out of jail.
Okay, very good. Don't make that announcement. Yeah, keep that secret. Is Ms. Grant here?
She's not, I see Mr.
Looking.
I did see Miss Gray.
That's all right.
I think,
She's checked in. Mr. Shaw?
I think she went to go, she said she had a case with Judge Mason.
Okay.
Good morning, Judge. Tim Shaw, covering for Mike Flowers. First case is Timothy.
You want to do, what, are you going to do yours first or Mr. Flowers first?
What do you have down for me?
I don't think he's got it.
Because
You don't have.
all I had was
Hold on,
Flowers.
say, let me
Yeah.
see if I've got any for you. You're right, I don't have any for you, so it's just Flowers.
Thank you.
Answer my question.
I'm a little better than Miss Good, and I don't have any on there.
Yeah. So who are we calling up first?
Attaway.
Okay, I have, just FYI, I know you submitted a motion to continue. It was late, but it got signed yesterday, so.
On Attaway?
On Attaway. It's continued to 214.
Thank you, Judge.
You can just let him know.
Do you want to bring him out then?
We're bringing him out.
He
Yeah,
just
let him bring it,
continued.
just so he knows what's going on. Come all the way over here
And Judge, Officer Biden informed me the next case has been called.
and let's get this one done.
We have Timothy in.
Why don't we, while we're doing this, even though it's been continued, tell me where we're at with, as far as discovery and everything on this case.
Judge, I think all the depositions have been taken now. We were just waiting on the report from Dr. I always forget her name. Dr. McDonald. And so I think it'll be ready to go in February, but depending on if we get Dr. McDonald's report in time.
Okay, just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything outstanding we needed to kind of be pushing on. So we'll continue this matter to 2/14.
Thank you, Judge. Next matter, Judge, is Susan Cole, 22 CF 2824. The state advised this morning they have another witness, and I think a report to provide. So we'll have more depositions, more discovery in light of the nature of this particular case. Officer By informed me that Ms. Cole didn't get on the transport this morning. Well, Judge, we had this conversation, a very specific conversation, detailed with her yesterday. You know, she's waived her appearance at pretrial conference. So the term refusing to come, she's waived her right to be here. So I think we just want to get that.
The main thing is we're tracking the case and we're moving it. And does this look like it's at the last round of depositions that you're?
Your Honor, to be honest, and I don't think so, but this is the first degree premeditated murder that was just indicted, I believe in the summer of last year, so we're only about 6 months into a first degree premeditated murder.
Okay.
That's accurate. So we'll go to 214, Judge, and keep it going. Thank you, Judge. I believe that's all I have. Thank you.
I think Mr. Keach is here, Your Honor.
Is Bo Powell here? He looks like he's looking for somebody. Mr. Keach, or I think.
Judge, I have a couple that are upstairs right now. I have 3 that are still downstairs.
They're bringing them, they're going to get them right now.
But I can take the ones that are up here.
Okay, let's do it.
You can call, I believe Mr. Carnley and Mr. Flores are up here currently.
Okay. Start with Mr. Carnley.
Judge, this is James Carnley. Thank you. And if we could leave his case, he has 2 cases on your docket, but if we could leave these set on the docket day.
He has 2 cases?
One is a violation of probation.
Yeah, I see that. Yep, okay.
It's actually a misdemeanor violation of probation, but if we could leave both those cases set on the 18th.
Okay, for next year. So we'll continue this to the docket day, which is Monday, the 18th, this coming Monday.
Are you intending? Okay. All right.
What are we looking at on that? Are we looking at?
The discovery is done.
Are you anticipating a resolution, or are you guys possibly in trial, or that's the issue?
He's been made an offer. I've conveyed that offer to him. I anticipate the state will announce that they're prepared to revoke that offer if it doesn't accept it on the 18th. We'll go from there.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I know he's not here today, but email my officers, and I'm trying to make sure everybody can be here.
Ready for trial.
And that would have to be the second, I mean, I might be able to squeeze it in the second week one day, but I'm out of town.
That's consistent with what the schedule looks like.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna be doing, I don't see anybody wanting to do it the week after Christmas. So Mr. Gates, you got any lined up for that one? But the week after that is probably when we'll do it, if we do.
Judge, this is Curran Flores, Flores. He has 4 cases on your docket, 2 that I represent him on, and 2 that Mr. Gates has.
Okay.
Judge, in the 22 CF 1539 case, a motion to suppress has been filed. It was filed last week. I've attempted to contact by email your JA on 2 occasions to try to coordinate that. So we're still in the process of trying to get a date for that. Based on that, we're not in a position to try it this cycle, I don't think. There may actually be a second motion that's filed, but if we can move him, I guess, do we want to move him to the January 16th miscellaneous date, maybe for status, just to see, or do you want to go?
Well, we've got, you say you have filed a motion to suppress?
Correct. I filed a motion to suppress, contacted Miss Eileen last week and again yesterday, and asked for 1 to 1.5 hours of hearing time. And
I mean, we set another day, we scheduled a whole bunch of lengthier hearings, we set separate. We've added some additional longer hearings for miscellaneous days. We've added a couple miscellaneous days.
Okay.
So we're trying to accommodate, we know these, that's a real jam if you can't get your motion to suppress.
Yes, sir.
It slows, stops the progress. So we're working on it. If, based on what happens at the motion suppress, do you believe that'll be dispositive? In the sense that depending on how, obviously, motion to suppress, you win, it's dispositive. If not, you think it'll be resolved? If
I think it will.
Just come back for a full cycle. If you think it might be
Let's
worthy of a
let's
status,
go
then do it.
let's go out a full cycle, and and then we can get the motion heard. The state can evaluate, both parties can evaluate where we're at after the motion hearing.
Yeah, and I mean, if you guys are looking at something, we'll try and get it on.
This actually only pertains to one of his cases, so we still got 3 other cases to work through, too.
I would agree with that assessment.
Okay, so we'll continue to 240. Mr. Case, let me ask you to.
Yes, sure. I have Mr. Flores on 22 CF 2481 and 22 CF 2485. He's number 75 on my docket, Your Honor.
Hold on a second.
That way we can make sure we make notes on that one as well.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, got it. So, same thing, you're in a
Yes,
full
sir.
cycle continuance?
My cases are kind of driving along. The main case with Mr. Keach is a midman on the trafficking, so
Right.
just kind of seeing what happens at this point.
Okay. Very good. So we'll continue this till 2:14 and continue to try. I mean, Eileen's scheduling.
I understand.
As long as you can just get everybody on the phone.
Is it easier to call?
Yeah.
Potentially?
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta call. That's the way, she schedules, she gets them both on the phone.
Okay.
Get a date, we don't, not back and forth, it's just, it doesn't.
Perfect.
She's got a good system. If you can get a hold of her, she'll get it scheduled.
I'll have my office contact Ms. Barnes and Eileen, and we'll get it coordinated.
Sounds great.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Scores, but it's a downward departure.
30 through 33. Mr. Keats, the rest of yours are coming out right now.
Okay.
And we've got attorneys in the courtroom now, Your Honor, so they'll be.
Okay. Ms. Graham will do yours probably after this.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Judge, I can.
Mr. Kuzer?
Mr. Kuser, Judge, this is Christopher Kuser, 22 CF 829, if I may pause to have him execute the plea agreement.
Okay.
And Judge, while he signs, the state will just let you know that he does score, but this would be a downward departure.
Based upon
A legitimately,
uncoerced negotiation.
correct. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Gates, we passed over you, so we'll get you just right after Mr. Keach and Ms. Graham, when I think you're up.
Thank you, sir. And we have Mr. Cochran and Mr. to go. They were the first ones with us. They're up here and ready to go. He's not on, he didn't sign in yet, but we've got his inmates ready, and we have to get them done before we take more up. So Mr. Cobb will be one.
Who needs to go next?
We can go Ms. Graham, Mr. Gates, and then Mr. Cobb.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Honor, this is Christopher Kuser, 22 CF 829. He's on withdrawal his previous interplea of not guilty to interplea of no contest to the 2-count information filed by the state. It was amended yesterday, and the state will take no action on the FTA. The plea agreement.
Come here.
Whatever.
I'm just confused right here. It's got both the case numbers. It's got count one. That's all right. All your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement as count one of 22 CF 829. There'll be an adjudication of guilt. You'll get credit for time served. That's your sentence. That's to count two, the possession of a controlled substance. There'll be an adjudication on that one as well. And 24 months, there is an adjudication on that as well, correct?
Correct.
And 24 months probation, fees and costs. There are a number of conditions that are contained in here, but I'll go over a couple of them. Obviously, substance abuse evaluation and treatment is the most important thing.
Yes, sir.
Here, you need to get on that quickly. You can move for early termination, as we discussed, if there haven't been any violations, random UAs, standard fees and costs. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any questions?
30 days.
30 days to appeal.
Martavius, sorry.
Judge, this is Martavius Sorry. This is your case, right? Yes. Last time we were here, Judge, he had, the state had filed a motion for buccal swabs for Mr. Sorry. He did comply with that. My understanding is that was when Mr. Rogers was present and representing the state on this case. I don't believe those results have been returned from FDLE, so we're kind of in a holding pattern based on that. So we're not prepared to move it this cycle, but I think as soon as those results come through, we'll have a better indication of where to go. He does have 2 new cases that he has been charged on since the last court date. So if we can move it one cycle out.
Do we need to track those things all together and run them together? Because I've only got one listed here.
We have 1 here, and then there's 2 new ones, and I think those are the public defender's cases currently. But if we can move him to the one cycle out, I think by that point they'll all track anyway.
Has the state got any further information on the results of the buccal swab?
I don't have anything further. I think they just went to FDLE in October, Judge, so we.
How long do they normally take?
I'm hopeful that
60
we'll get
days.
it soon.
Soon.
I'm hopeful.
Okay. So we'll continue it to 2/14 for the next, which is the next cycle.
Mr. Lee?
All right, Judge, this is Philip Lee. He has one case on your docket. He has a
23 CF 1147.
He has a companion case with Basso before Judge Gonteric that is currently set for trial in the next cycle there, which will be the end of January, early February. I'd ask this case to be moved one cycle so it can track with that case. And hopefully, if the case is resolved, we can resolve this one with it.
I don't have any problem doing that. Why are we running them in different courts? Normally we bring them together. Should this one be transferred to Gonteric? Is my question. I'm not trying to pull it off on it, but I just thought that's the way we normally did it.
We have, Your Honor, if they've been related, but I believe the witnesses may have been down here. I'm not sure. I believe this is the arson case. Ours
Yes,
is
this is
an
the
L&L
arson.
molestation case, so they're entirely different.
We'll continue to 2/14 and kind of see where we're at.
Thank you.
So when's the trial on your?
I think it's the next cycle, Your Honor.
I think our docket day, or pre-trial is January 30th, I think.
Yeah, so I think they falls in February.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
We've got several set.
Thanks. Judge, I believe that's all I have. Maybe excused. Thank you.
Ms. Graham, you want to?
Good morning, Your Honor. Tricia Graham. I believe this is Mr. Payton. Yes, we haven't met yet, Your Honor. I was just appointed to this case I received the notice, I believe, Monday. I did file a motion to withdraw.
On this case?
Yes, Your Honor. And I did submit an order. That was yesterday. It was filed. There is a conflict, so I wanted to address that right away.
Sure. What? We need to paper it, or you want to just, can we do it? Yeah. Let's go ahead and, we would continue it anyways. We'll continue to the next cycle, which is 2/14. And if you'll just get the motion in there, the court had to figure out who's next on the list.
Yes, Your Honor. The motion is in, and the proposed order is in as well, electronically.
Do we know who's next up on the list?
I don't have access to that. I'm not sure who is assigned.
So if it's been presented, then it either got signed late last night when I was signing all my orders, or it's waiting for me to sign. So it'll get done.
Okay.
But we'll, in either event, we'll be coming back on this anyways. It'll take some time. Mr. Payne will have to meet with the lawyer and figure out
So we
how
have
to proceed.
What is the date, Your Honor?
2/14. That's the next cycle. 9 a.m.
25, Scott. Thank you.
TJ, I've got one more from Ms. Graham. I've got Jennifer Hall.
Yes, Your Honor. She's out of custody.
Oh, she's out? You want to bring her up?
Ms. Hall? And that would be case 23 CF 1218, Jennifer Hall, who's present. I've spoken with the state, Your Honor. We are going through finalizing the discovery on that case, and hopefully we can come to some sort of resolution soon. We ask that we continue the matter to the next cycle.
Very good. We'll continue this matter until 2/12. A little different, non-inmates. February 12th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused? Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Scott McGilvery for Mr. Gates.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning.
Your Honor, before the court is Scott McGilvery. May I approach?
You may. Gates, would you announce the agreement?
I will, Your Honor. This is case number 23 CF 2431, 23 CF 1350, and 23 CF 1663. Mr. McGilvery will withdraw his previously entered not guilty plea in all three cases and enter pleas of no contest in each case. In 23 CF 2431, it will be a plea as charged. 23 CF 1350, plea is charged, and then 23 CF 1663, he's presently charged with dealing in stolen property, and he will be entering a no contest plea to the lesser included offense of petty theft. The understanding is he will receive 2 years probation in 23 CF 2431 and 23 CF 1350 to run concurrent with each other. And in 23 CF 1663, he'll be placed on 6 months probation, which will be concurrent with 23 CF 2431 and 23 CF 1350. Adjudication will be withheld.
In all three of the cases?
Yes, sir. And in 23 CF 2431, there'll be a special condition that he not trespass at the Shell station, and he'll complete an anti-theft class. And in 23 CF 1350, he'll submit to random UAs. And in both 23 CF 2431 and 23 CF 1663, the court will reserve jurisdiction on the issue of restitution for 90 days.
And also in 1350, there's the substance abuse evaluation and treatment, correct?
That's
Did
correct.
You say that? If you did, I missed it.
He'll sign up within 30 days and begin, have an evaluation within 30 days and begin any recommended treatment within 60 days.
State?
That's correct, Judge. I do need to run a new score sheet and then send it to Mr. Gates for approval, then I'll furnish it to your office. He does not score.
He does not, and with the reduction or the plea to the lesser included, that's why we have to amend the score sheet.
Very good. Very good. So, Mr. McGilvery, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. McGilvery, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see those same terms. I was following along while he was saying it. The same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you've signed. My first question is, did you read this plea agreement closely?
Yes, sir.
And did you go over it in detail with your attorney? Make
Yes, sir.
sure you understood. There's a lot of legal stuff in here, right?
Yes, sir.
You're waiving legal rights in order to have a final resolution of this case. But you've gone over all that with your attorney, make sure you had all your legal questions answered.
Yes, sir.
And you believe that this is in your best interest to enter into this plea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea. There'll be withhold of adjudication. Let's start off with 2431 and 1350. It'll be plea as charged, and then plea to lesser included on 1663. On all these cases, there'll be a withhold of adjudication, and to the felony cases, the court will sentence you to 2 years probation on each of those.
Yes, sir.
They'll run concurrent, they'll run at the same time, so it's basically a total of 2 years. Then 6 months on the third case. They'll all run together. So it's basically 2 years. There's some other specific conditions of the probation, the substance abuse evaluation, the anti-theft class, the fees and costs, all these things are also all conditions of probation. The one question I have, point of clarification, I don't know if we need to tighten this up just a little bit. It says no trespass at Shell station. Does that mean he can't trespass at any Shell station, or is it I suspect it's a specific one that there was some issue with.
That's the specific one.
I never had a problem.
Do we have an address, just to make it clear, because I want to make sure it's clear for him so he doesn't inadvertently violate it.
Ms. Losco, do you have that?
Yeah.
When you say the Shell station, do you mean the surf shop?
Well,
Which case?
Whatever was on the.
Over the
plea
pipe?
offer. That's what it should be.
This was in 23 CF 2431.
Judge, if you could mark that out or let me mark it out.
I just want to make sure, two things that we want to make sure when we're asking you these questions. One is that you're clear about what you're agreeing to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then secondly, and that's why you got to be very specific, because we don't want you to violate this thing inadvertently. That's the last thing we want to have happen. We want you to be successful.
sir.
You got to be clear about what your requirements are. So then the second thing, you want to make sure that it's free and voluntary, right?
Yes, sir.
Nobody's coercing you to do that. That's when I'm asking these questions, that's why.
431 is a different one. I made a mistake. Give me 1 second. I got confused about what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Files downloaded.
I've taken care of that, sir. I've got my license back.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
I gotta put it here. Right.
It's a shell address, so it's not a shell station. Yeah, I think that's it.
Your Honor, Mr. Roscoe is written in 207 Shell Avenue for Long Beach, Florida.
So, let me.
Judge, I apologize. Can we approach?
Sure.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our...
Okay, we're gonna have to pass over this just for a little bit. You can explain to me. Can we hold Mr. McGilvery?
Yes.
But also, on that other issue, charge, sure, things gotta be clear. So, Mr. Cobb, is this your client? Okay, go ahead, Mr. Cobb.
Judge, what is the closest date to today's date that I could do a plea? I got a plea offer that I need to talk to about.
Monday.
Can
Yeah,
I-
we got docket day. We can continue these till docket day.
Well, we can come back Monday. I'll go see her and
That's
talk to her
Monday.
about the plea offer, yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll continue this to docket day, which is 12/18 at 9 a.m.
Yeah, I went to see her yesterday, but I guess there was something with their dorm and they had to pull them all out and,
Okay.
so, that'd be good. Was that all right, 12/18? Okay, thank you, Judge.
And would you announce the case?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Judge. State of Florida versus Nicole Kiernan.
Kiernan, okay.
And Your Honor,
And that's 23 CF 2057.
Yes, sir.
Make a record. I'm sorry, counsel for the state.
to clarify, that's being set, plea continue
It's going to be set for plea or
on Monday?
Yes. He
Thank you.
just wanted to make sure we're not going to trial. You want to go to trial this cycle?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, very good.
Barry Gassman, right?
Judge Jason Cobb on behalf of Barry Gassman. He has 3 cases, 2022 CF 2298, 2021 CF 3043, 2021 CF 2971. 2 capital felonies and 1 first-degree felony. On the 2971 case, we had talked about this last time in court, about getting ready and trying that case. I talked to Ms. Basso about it. Judge, I can be ready to try the case the February 26th jury selection with, I guess, December 4th. I don't know the dates, but I know you wanted me to get ready, and I've done the absolute best I can to get ready to do it. And
Actually, our next trial is the first week in January.
yeah,
So we're not ready.
not for that one. I'm just trying to tell the court that I can be ready February 26th to go if we have to go. I have a little bullet point list here of reasons why, if you want to hear the reasons.
State, are you ready to go?
Your Honor, we would be ready to go this time, but we'll go ahead and we will be definitely ready to go also on that trial week. It's a capital sex bat, life without parole if convicted.
Okay. I understand this is a very significant case. We want to make sure you've got sufficient time. But you're telling the court, this is really the last.
Yeah,
Even though we asked last time, this is the real last.
if we want to word it that way, yes.
No,
So
I just want to make sure we're all clear we're going to trial.
Yes, sir, I
Is there
had
an
the-
offer on the table? Has it been withdrawn? Is it being withdrawn? Where are we at?
Your Honor, with this previous counsel, there was an offer made. Certainly, if Mr. Gasman is interested in it, he'll need to convey that to his attorney. The state would entertain that offer still, just to spare the victims.
You want to put it on the record?
It was 40 years, Your Honor. And then the rest of his life will be on probation with GPS monitoring.
Okay.
And he does have to serve that day for day, given the nature of the statute and the charges.
Very good. So we will continue this matter till the next full cycle, which is 2/14 is the next pretrial, and that would gear us up for a February 26th trial date.
yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right, Anthony Miles.
Judge, this is Anthony Miles. He's coming out here. I'm filling in for Mr. Ramey this morning as well. Mr. Ramey was going to be here today. We had a DOP hearing in Bay County.
It's all right, I understand.
I have him on, let's see.
Your
the-
case is 2020 CS 1370,
1370,
and I
yes, sir.
believe Mr. Ramey's case is 17 CF 3440.
Correct. And then he has another one. There's somebody here.
Yes, Your Honor, and also Dustin Harsher on behalf of Anthony Miles on 19 CF 3289. Coming for Tony Henderson.
Hold on a second.
And Your Honor, I'm coming for Mr. Gillespie and myself.
Okay. What is your case number, counsel?
Your Honor, it's 19 CF 3289.
Very good. So where are we at, Mr. Kyle? I'll let you speak for the group.
Yes, sir. Well, my case, of course, is the RICO case and the credit card fraud case. Mr. Gillespie and I have made a lot of progress in working on that case. He sent me a plea offer. I went to talk to Mr. Miles about it. We're getting really close on the numbers. So that's where we are with my case. If we can't reach the numbers, I want the court to know that I would be ready to go to trial whenever the court wants to sit it for trial. That's my case. Now, with regards to the...
You're ready to gear up for 2 trials in the next cycle?
Yes, sir. Well,
I mean, there's
I've had this one
legal-
forever, so. Mr. Miles would like to do this trial first, but I understand
That's
the other...
not Mr. Miles' call.
I know.
It's the state's call.
He wanted me to express that to you.
And Your Honor, Mr. Gillespie will be ready as well.
I'll express to you that it's the state gets to make calls when to prosecute. Who to
Right.
prosecute, what time.
With regards to the
So
human...
which case would we,
Your Honor,
is the
most,
state looking at? Or
Your Honor, most likely we'd be ready actually on both. Mr. Ramey's case as well. It's the older case. It's the human trafficking case. He does have a date set aside on the
is
31st.
that the 3289?
I should know that number by now. That's 3441, Your Honor, the 17 case.
Right.
That's the old one. Your Honor, Mr. Ramey does have a date set aside for depositions. I'm not sure he's not going to need it because we really did the trial already, but they are at the end of January, so I spoke with him yesterday.
Mr. Ramey told me they have a...
Yes, I was saying that.
So you anticipate that being the first case the state's going to move forward on?
If Mr.
Let's-
Ramey, the state's
let's
ready
assume
on that
we're-
one, Your Honor, so.
Mr. Cobb's saying he's ready. I don't know, Counselor, are you ready for your?
Our case stems somewhat from Mr. Rainey's case, so I'm not sure if it would need to be tried after or.
So we're ready to do something in the next cycle.
Correct, Your Honor. Both the cases could be ready to go in the next cycle. And they're separate defense attorneys, they're separate state attorneys, so it's really not an issue. We can make it happen.
So you're saying a couple of the cases might go? No.
The RICO case is ready to go. Mr. Cobb said he's ready to go, Mr. Gillespie's ready to go. So they're ready to go. The state's ready on the human trafficking case, the one with Mr. Ramey. But I don't want to speak for him today because he's not here.
Mr. Cobb is representing Mr. Ramey
Yes.
here today, so is he ready to go?
Mr. Ramey expressed to me that it was his understanding that this was going to be tried the February 26th trial date.
Okay, that's what he's saying?
Right.
Okay. So we will announce last continuance. We're continuing all of these until the next cycle, which the pretrial starts on 2/14. Then docket day is February 19th, ready for the 26th. And then it's that we actually have 2 weeks starting the 26th. You got 26th and.
That's what I saw.
And the next week is also, so one of these might be 1 week, one might. And then the other one is this case here, Mr. Cobb's case is also a last, and we'll come back on 2/14.
Sounds good.
So
Thank
we're
you.
continuing all the cases to 2/14, but 2 of them are basically prepping it up for trial. Okay?
And then I'll...
Questions?
No, sir.
Very good, thank you. Counselor, you I didn't want to leave you out. You got anything you need?
No, Your Honor, I have another case I can call. I don't think they transported my client. So I don't know if we want to discuss that case.
Possible. I'm not going to leave you hanging. See you on Monday.
Thank you, Mr. Cobb.
Thank you, Judge.
Dustin Harsher on behalf of DeMarcus Smith. It's 23 CF 1162. I was notified that he was not transported today.
Hold on a sec, hold on.
What's the name?
DeMarcus Smith.
Is it under your partner's name?
I don't have that on my document.
Your Honor, I spoke with the state at recent depositions that were conducted. There were,
It's under Mr. Henderson.
oh, sorry, Judge, yes, sir. I'm covering that case for Mr. Henderson as well.
Gotcha. So we list them, we list these under the attorney's name.
Yeah, I apologize.
I can't find your name, sorry. Okay, so now we're on 23 CF 1162. So where
Yes,
are we at
Judge.
on this case?
I believe I've covered for Mr. Henderson the last couple of times that he's been up and he hasn't been transported as well. That issue was made known to me after the last court date.
Is there a reason why this?
I believe he was booked under a different name. And so I spoke to the state about that at depositions that were recently conducted.
40 and 41 will be after,
The last minute sheet notates AKA Robin Bell.
Your Honor, may I? Sure. When he was arrested, he gave a fake name. The name was Robin Kimmel.
Kinnell or something like that.
So he was initially booked under that name, but if you look on the jail website, it's been corrected. It's DeMarcus Smith, which is his correct name, AKA Robin Kimmel. I've also corrected it in.
Is he being transported today?
no, sir, I don't show a Kimmel on the sheet.
Not a Kimmel, it's Smith, DeMarcus
Or
Smith.
Smith, no, sir.
And may I?
Is there a reason? I mean,
I
it's
have
not
more,
my document.
I have more of an explanation. So I think that because of this issue, there's been a problem getting the jail to bring him up. We've tried to correct it by filing a corrected information under the right name. Looks like the jail has him under DeMarcus Smith. Now he's charged under DeMarcus Smith. Out of an abundance of caution, I reached out to the defense counsel's office and I emailed and called asking if we could do a stipulated order of transport. I think that would fix the issue. But that was
Is he not in our jail?
No, he's there. He's very much there. If you look online.
We don't need an order to transport. Just tell me to transport, we'll transport him this afternoon. That's why I'm just trying to understand what the problem.
What's his name?
DeMarcus Smith. First name.
DeMarcus John Quez, that's
Yes.
John Quez, and the last name is Smith. And it's 23 CF 1116.
DeMarcus Smith will need to be transported this afternoon by order of Judge Ketchel. He was, I guess, supposed to be on the transport list for Mr. Henderson, but wasn't transported. AKA, he was under the jail.
This has been the second, we need to kind of get moving. So if you all can give me, be prepared to give me a report on where we're at this afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor. I was gonna just state to the court, I believe there are a couple no-shows at depositions over the past couple of weeks.
Well, but he has a right to be here, and I want him to be here, and I want
I
him
know
to
he
understand
needs to be
what we're
notified.
moving and figure out kind of where we're going with it, because.
He'll be transported this afternoon.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
What time is that gonna be at?
We'll do you first at 1:30.
1:30?
How about that?
That's fine. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right.
Can we recall Mr. Fountain for Mrs. Dudley?
Sure. Would you re-announce the Ms. Dudley?
Yes, sir.
Case
Ricardo Fountain in 23 CF 1226, 2018 CF 3356.
Okay. Where are we at?
We have a plea, Your Honor.
Very good.
Can we approach?
Thank you. Would you please announce the plea, Ms. Dudley?
Yes, sir. In 23 CF 1226, we enter plea of no contest, be adjudicated guilty, 515 in court costs, 23.7 months in Department of Corrections, and cost to a judgment. In 2018 CF 3356, we would admit the violation, $100 cost of prosecution, 23.7 months DOC, cost to judgment. That is the bottom end of the guidelines on the score sheet, Your Honor.
So this is not a downward departure?
No, sir.
State?
That's correct, Judge.
Very good. Mr. Fountain, would you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Fountain, you heard your attorney state that, you can put your hand down. You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. And I see those same terms are contained in it's called a sentence recommendation, but it's really a plea agreement, is actually what it is. And I just want to make sure, and I see you've signed that document. Have you had a chance to look at it, read it closely first? That's my first question.
Yes, sir.
And have you gone over it in detail with your attorney and make sure you had all your legal questions answered about this plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
You understand, importantly, by entering into this plea agreement here today, you're waiving a number of valuable legal rights. Most important is, you know, to force the state to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. You got a good lawyer, contest witnesses, all that stuff, you're kind of waiving that so that you can have a final resolution. You believe that this is in your best interest to do that?
Yes, sir.
And you've had all your legal questions answered by your attorney about what this plea agreement means?
Yes, sir.
Is there a factual basis for this?
Yes, Your Honor.
We will stipulate, Your Honor.
Very good.
Your Honor, for the record, is the state or is the defense stipulating to the score sheet?
Yes, we are.
I'll send it to your office.
Very good. And it is not a downward departure?
It is not a downward
Correct.
departure.
Court will accept that. Very good. Based upon that testimony, Mr. Fountain, the court will accept your plea agreement here today. And as to count 23 CF 1226, there'll be an adjudication of guilt. It'll be $575 in court costs. The defendant will be sentenced to 23.7 months in the Department of Corrections. You'll get credit for time served, cost to judgment. I've got a clarification that I think I know what the answer is, but I'm going to ask you in just a second.
sir.
I'm going to go ahead and sentence 18 CF 3356, also an adjudication of guilt, cost of prosecution, an identical 23.7 months in DOC, credit for time served, cost to judgment. Point of clarification,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
assuming, I shouldn't assume, these DOC sentences are running concurrent.
Yes, sir, they are.
That's
All right,
important.
and then also on the misdemeanors, you need to write time served on the 23,
Yeah, go ahead and say, put that on. So your misdemeanors, to credit for time served, those are, go away. But the primary sentence, the 23.7 months, you're being sentenced in both counts, but they're running concurrent. You will get credit for all time served on each of those, though.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
And you do have 30 days, even though you just agreed to this, you have 30 days to appeal this, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Dudley, on this case?
No, sir, that's all.
Okay. Thank you very much.
30 days, John?
30 days to appeal.
And can we recall Mr. McGilvery for Mr., right this way, sir, I gotta get your fingerprint for Mr. Gates.
Mr. Gates?
Can you get Mr.
May I approach again, Your Honor?
Gilbert?
Thank you. I want to make sure that, Mr. Lasco, come. I just want to make sure he's explaining. We can do it in court.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at daystirepros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
23 CF 2431, 23 CF 1350, 23 CF 1663. And we needed to tighten up a little bit of the language, but also the state needed to check with the victim in this case. Counsel for the state.
Your Honor, I've been in contact with our victim advocate who confirmed that she has been able to speak with the victim. The victim is on board with a probation offer in this case.
Very good. Okay. So now, when your plea was announced, it was announced as for all three of these cases. Well, for two of the cases, the two felonies, it was announced as 2 years probation. We actually, one of the counts actually has 3 separate charges. We have to sentence for each of the 3. So 2 of those are felonies. This can all make sense. It's a little confusing, but it'll all make sense. For the 2 felonies, they're both individually 2 years probation. For the misdemeanor, the maximum you can have is 60 days. So you're getting credit for time served. You've already done that. Bottom line is, all these cases you're getting 2 years probation. They're all being served at the same time. Okay? They all have different conditions though. One of them has the substance abuse evaluation. One of them has random UAs. One of them is the anti-theft case. One of them is the no contact at the 207 Shell Avenue. Okay, right? Can stay away from that. And and then on the 1663, the misdemeanor, the petty theft, the court is reserving jurisdiction on restitution. They may ask for some restitution. You know what restitution is?
Yes, sir.
But they haven't done that yet. But they've got they're of course reserving, so the state, if they come forth, you'll get a chance to reply. I'm not just going to do it all over the top, but you'll be able to kind of argue about it if you disagree with any restitution the state may see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it's clear that's what you've agreed to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've had all your legal questions answered of your attorney?
Correct.
Okay. Very good. I think that'll do it.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gates. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Stay in good contact with your probation officer. That's the key to this thing. Okay? Got a lot of little things you got to be doing. Stay in contact with them so they can work with you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Powell's ready to go.
Mr. Powell.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Just the first matter I have this morning is David Hahn. And this is under Michael Riley on the docket.
It's under what?
Oh, you got Hooper. We pause that if we can. This is Mr. Hooper.
Mr. Cooper, okay.
Mr. Stephen Hooper, 22 CF 1747. And Judge, if the state might could approach Mr. Hooper's name.
Amen.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Mr. Powell, would you just announce?
Judge, on Mr. Cooper's matter, we are asking for a continuance to the next pretrial anticipated resolution next cycle.
Very good. The court will continue this matter till 2/14 at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, we would announce that we're ready for trial at that time if their plea is not entered.
Very good.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Now, Mr. Hunt, sorry about that. Bo Powell for the record on behalf of David Hahn. This is case number 22 CS 861.
Jeff, you need to approach. Come on.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446.
So based on the additional motions that need to be filed, the court will continue this matter till the next cycle on 214 and kind of see where we're at that point. Hopefully we'll make some progress in the end. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Cover somebody else?
That concludes my business this morning, Judge.
All right.
Have a good day, sir.
CNC Asian Market, located at 294 North Main Street in historic downtown Crestview, has the largest selection of Asian noodles, rice, and sauces in Northwest Florida. With more than 2,000 items on their shelves, you'll have no problem finding exactly what you need for preparing that authentic Asian meal. Open Monday through Thursday from 9 till 8, Friday and Saturday from 9 till 9, and Sunday from noon till 6 p.m. Be sure to check out our Facebook page for our weekly specials.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at dave'stilepros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays, 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formalware. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446. CNC Asian Market, located at 294 North Main Street in historic downtown Crestview, has the largest selection of Asian noodles, rice, and sauces in Northwest Florida. With more than 2,000 items on their shelves, you'll have no problem finding exactly what you need for preparing that authentic Asian meal. Open Monday through Thursday from 9 till 8, Friday and Saturday from 9 till 9, and Sunday from noon till 6 p.m. Be sure to check out our Facebook page for our weekly specials.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law. 850-306-2667.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10
and we're going to leave it set for Monday in hopes that she can get the victim on the phone about the automobile issue and see if we can't get something worked out. Maybe we can enter a plea that we can live with.
Thank you so much, sir.
So we're going to come back on Dr. Davis?
Right, Dr. Davis. Okay.
Yes,
Clear continues. Yeah, clear continues. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day. I'll see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out there and see if I can get any of those routes, some of the other truck.
We've got some out of custody, we've got some non-lawyers, you want to do those?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the only unrepresented I see on our list is,
I've got 3. I've got Chapman, Clark, and Thornton.
Antonio Clark is RCC.
Oh, really? Okay.
Thornton is Mr. Gates. And Chapman is John Chapman is showing PD, so I imagine that's gonna be Mr.
Chapman is gonna be with us.
Yeah, there's a competency report that just came from him. So it's going to be there's going to be probably a proposed order for some restoration.
Okay. We need to get him out.
Everyone that was unrepresented is now represented.
Okay.
I think he has a right to be transported to appear.
He's just listed as unrepresented.
Oh,
so
so
that's
he
what
didn't
I'm
come
talking
out, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have.
He isn't here yet.
We have two of them, no, because Mr. Thornton is here and Mr. Gates said he could take him if you want to.
You want to do that, Mr. Gates?
I can, Your Honor.
We're waiting for a couple of the other attorneys here.
Frank Ray, number 4.
And I can see Mr. Chapman, we can see Mr. Chapman if he's available. I don't know.
No, he's still there, yeah.
Luck of the draw, Steve, luck of the draw.
We're working on an order. I just learned yesterday about his report.
So it would be 43 Thornton. It's important.
Mr. Chapman.
Yeah. Just open the door and walk him through. And then after this one, after Thornton, we're going to do Mr. Nettles 34 through 37.
This is Mr. William Thornton for the court.
And juvenile would be Mr. Wright. Mr. Nettle also has a case with him, so he'll need to be brought back.
Does he judge's opinions on it, okay? Your Honor, this is Mr. Thornton. I was recently appointed. He does have a couple other cases. I think a VOP as well.
Is that on the docket for today?
No, Your Honor, I mean, I think it is on the docket. It's either for miscellaneous. So he's got, I think, 2 different attorneys. Right now, Mr. McKinney's got him in Division 2 that's being transferred over. There's a VOP, I think, in Division 2. And then this case was transferred over. So trying to get a handle on all those sort of cases. With that said, I think if we can leave Mr. Thornton for Monday, that way I can see if I've got all the cases and kind of go from there. And then Mr. Thornton has pressed pretty hard about furlough, so I wanted to know what the court's position on furloughs are so that I can get an idea on what I should tell my clients.
Or something, sir. My dad is ready to die. He's not supposed to make it through the New Year's. I'm just trying to make amends with him, sir. Right now, if you could look at this case, Your Honor, it's a misunderstanding. I was hoping on due process.
If you want to file something on there, I will tell you that furloughs are not generally done.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I get a
We
bond?
did furlough, we'd have half the jail
Yes, Your Honor.
seeking furlough over the Christmas holidays.
And-
I'm just,
Yes, Your Honor, and
I know that.
I've never done a furlough with this court, and I wanted to know what the court's position was.
You can
I
always
explained.
seek it, but I mean.
Yes, Your Honor. And I think the big issue is the reason we're asking for furlough is, as I explained to Mr. Thornton, he is designated as a violent felony offender of special concern. He does have a VOP, therefore he's not entitled to bond, and I can't do anything about that. And I've tried to press that to him.
That'd be another reason why the court would even.
I've sat for 60 days on the BOP, and I'm not a violent offender.
But there's that designation that you are because of the VOP and the charges, so there's not much I can do about
It's
that.
a larceny charge, that's all it is. How is that?
Because of the new charges.
The new charge is larceny.
Again, Mr.
How
Thornton.
is that a violent offense?
Sir,
my father's getting ready to die.
I understand.
Are we continuing it?
Monday.
Okay, right this way, sir.
And I'm supposed to be in court tomorrow.
I understand.
Right this way, sir.
We'll deal with that on Monday, okay?
So I come back here tomorrow also?
We'll see if you're on the docket.
Mr. Neal, next.
Mr. New?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This young man is Chase Davis. I spoke with Chase yesterday at the jail. Pursuant to my conversation with him, I spoke, or actually sent an email to Ms. Sharpless. We need to continue this case. We're trying to set depositions in it. I'm hoping that we can work something out with Ms. Sharpless in regards to our conversation.
Very good. This, relatively, well, not relatively, very recent case. The court will continue this, the next cycle, 214.
Right this way, sir.
She's in.
Right this way, sir.
That's all.
Johnson?
Johnson?
Judge approaching is Gregory Paul Johnson. He's got 2 cases. Right now, I'm waiting on the transcript from the depositions. We intend to file a motion to suppress. I spoke with Hitchcock Reporting. They said they would have those to me by Friday. I need to continue this to the 14th of February, and I hope to get the motion to suppress set on your January hearing docket. So I believe it's the 16th, but I haven't filed the motion yet, so I haven't set it yet.
Well, the only thing I would say to you is get it as soon as possible. With those longer hearing dates, we've actually had to set aside a whole separate day. We're trying to add to them to deal with some of these, what I call substantive pretrial motions.
This one would probably
Don't
take.
assume that we got a slot on the 16th.
Okay, I would just say I know that's your next.
That's my next.
We got one on the 19th, and you got another one on the 16th, so I was hoping to get on the 16th, but this one's probably gonna take, would you say, maybe an hour or less?
Hour or less, Your Honor, and state's ready for trial, so if we can go ahead and plan on clear trial next time and get that motion done before that.
Yeah, I'll try to get that motion filed and set.
the court will announce, ask the clerk to include in the minutes that this is the last continuance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
That's good.
This is Jamarian Pride, Your Honor. We have a bond hearing set on him on the 19th. We also have depositions set for January the 4th. I'm hoping that once we complete those depositions that there will be a resolution in this matter.
So you wish to continue?
Yes, thank you.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, that's accurate. There are depositions.
Court will continue this for the next cycle, 2/14, 9 a.m.
Westbrook?
This is Elijah Westbrook, Your Honor. He has 2 cases as well.
Case numbers?
23 CF 114A, 23 CF 2080.
Where are we at?
We've completed the depositions. I've been speaking with Mr. Lasco. We are trying to reach a plea agreement to resolve this matter. We'd ask for 1 continuance, and if we don't have it resolved on the next date, we'll
Well,
set
let me
it for
ask you
trial.
this, so you've completed discovery?
Pretty much, yes. As far as I know.
So you're gonna need 2 months to negotiate?
I don't.
When you come back on docket day, you guys either there's something that's acceptable or not, you guys can exchange some thing, that's not gonna take long.
Well, Your Honor,
Does that make sense?
couple of things. I don't believe I'm gonna be able to try this cycle because.
No, I'm not suggesting, no.
Oh.
I'll continue it if you guys don't do it, but he's saying that there may be some resolution. If there's a resolution, it's not gonna take 2 months to negotiate it, we can get it off the books on Monday. But if not, it would be a plea or continue on Monday if there's a possibility. Now, I don't want you to come back just to waste you all's time. But if there's a possibility of some legitimate discussion, just basing it upon what counsel said.
I can certainly prioritize this case and try to see if we.
What is
if
the
we're gonna come
docket
to
date,
agreement.
Judge?
What is the docket? Is Monday, 18th.
Let me look at my calendar. I don't believe we're gonna be able to resolve by the 18th, because I think Mr. Lasco has to go through his supervisor to get approval for what I've suggested.
Okay.
And I have a pretrial conference in Santa Rosa on the 18th.
What I'm saying is I do believe that I can do what I need to do to see if we're gonna be able to come to an agreement by Monday. I'll prioritize this case, that way we know moving forward if it's gonna be a trial or not.
Okay. So we'll continue to docket day, which is next Monday, 9 a.m. You guys talk in the interim. If not, it would be a plea or continue. We're not going to trial, but probably going to trial next time.
That's fine. I have a hearing in Santa Rosa on that day as well, so I'll either be here the first or there first.
Okay.
All right.
We'll work with you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
They're bringing the juvenile, Mr. Wright, upstairs right now.
Judge, on the Seer Wright, I don't know, I could probably waive his presence, but we're trying to set depositions in his case.
If he's coming up, let's wait.
All right.
Feel like he's participant.
He was out earlier with,
Yeah, he's got another case with Larissa Dudley, so. Judge, this is Nasir Wright. He has a case with me, 23 CF 2115. He also has a case in which he's represented by Larissa Dudley. I know we're trying to set depositions in the case I have. I've been in contact with the state attorney's assistant. We're trying to get, there's 4 co-defendants, so it's been a little bit difficult getting a date where everybody's available for deposition.
Well, this is a new case as well, so it's only been a couple months old, so court will, I assume you're seeking a full cycle continuance.
Yes, sir.
Court will continue this to 2/14, hopefully you can make some progress.
Okay.
I know it's difficult when you got multiple defendants, but it's a very extremely serious charge anyway, so.
Yeah, I thought I had one set yesterday, but it's by the bottom fell out of it, so.
Very good. Continue to 2/14.
All right, thank you, Judge. That's all I have.
Thank you.
It looks like we're ready for regional conflict council. Rollins is here, but I think maybe down in this Judge Mason's.
Let me just look real quick here.
DJ Ricky Fain. It shows as me, but we have an order pending for conflict.
You say not transport?
He was.
Oh, it's. Oh, there's Mr. Rollins, okay.
Mr. Rollins, you want to go?
I can.
Okay, come on. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. I'm James Owens. I'm here on behalf of 2 clients, Victor Stanton.
39 and
I think they're bringing him out.
42. Victor, stand into the lectern, please.
Mr. Rollins, would you please announce the case?
Judge, this is the state of Florida versus Victor Stanton. This is Victor Stanton, my client before the court. I'm James Owens. I represent.
CF 2525. Where
Judge,
are we at?
as you know, it's a homicide case. There are 4 co-defendants, and we had one last remaining witness to speak to. He is a federal inmate in Yazoo City, Mississippi. We have coordinated the deposition. All lawyers are going up to personally take.
When is that?
It's on March the 6th, Your Honor.
March 6th?
Yes, this is the one with multiple co-defendants, and the one that the state announced that we would be working with the U.S. Attorney's Office and U.S. Marshals to see if we could get that witness transferred over here to make it easier on our defense counsel and us, frankly, to get those quicker and get this case moving faster.
Okay. So you want to just keep it on a regular cycle, even though there may be, obviously, in March, we're not going to be ready in February, but at least we can get an idea of where we're at, and if court can assist in any way, I'll probably good to keep it up on the docket.
Thank you, Your Honor. That would be the state's preference.
Do you agree?
I agree.
Or you just do a full cycle continue?
I agree.
So we'll continue this to 2/14. Hopefully we'll get that last witness and figure out where we're going with this case. Are we looking at trial, or is there a potential for resolution?
You know, this is.
I'm not holding, I'm just kind of trying to.
Judge, this is a cold case homicide involving a. There's no eyewitnesses, obviously, no videotapes, but there is some circumstantial evidence that may have been left at the scene by one of the co-defendants, a cap, the DNA matched, and then this informant, this federal informant, is gonna be critical, and I think he's gonna implicate maybe one or more of the suspects, so it depends on his testimony. I tried to coordinate just to go up there and speak to him, and he refused to speak to me, so we're having to schedule the deposition. We don't know what he's gonna say, but that was, his testimony was.
This is really up in the air, kind of where this case is going.
This witness is a critical witness, Your Honor, and his deposition must be taken.
Very good. You hold out much hope for the feds allowing him to be transported over here to make it more convenient for everybody?
I have some contacts with the U.S. Marshal's Office that I am hoping to avail myself of some favors.
Okay. Very good. Okay, thank you. So.
Next case, this is Shay Jones, State of Florida versus Shay Jones. I'm James Owens. I'm co-counsel along with Jeff Toney representing Mr. Jones. This is Shay Jones before the court.
It's 22 CF 1104. So where are we at on this one?
I would like to continue the case.
The state just inherited this case from Mr. Rogers. The state has no objection to the continuance in order to familiarize themselves with the case.
Mr. Jones has other matters. Don't you have a federal case? Yes, he's also been indicted federally for a firearm charge.
That's correct.
I don't know whether or not they're going to allow the state attorney here locally to prosecute this case before the federal case.
Considering he's not in federal custody, do you know if he's been arraigned on this federal case yet?
I already pled guilty.
You pled guilty to the firearm charge?
Yeah, I'll get sentenced on February 14th.
What, in Pensacola?
Yeah.
I think full cycle continuance would be acceptable to see what he receives in federal court. That may resolve this case.
Did I just hear him say he's being sentenced on 2/14?
Yes, sir.
That's our next hearing date.
Do you want to pass it beyond that, Judge? I'm sure he's going to get some federal time on that.
Yeah.
So there's going to be no rush.
Do we have a miscellaneous date after the 2/14 date?
Sure. And there's always another miscellaneous day.
I think that would be key.
Yeah, if we could work out a deal to concurrent time, something like that, depending on.
Well, I'd like to see what his federal sentence is first.
Okay.
Before offering a
You want to do, I don't normally do a 2-cycle continuance, but I would consider it, or we can do a miscellaneous in the interim. And let's see, that would be 14. How about February 20th?
That works for the state.
That was like a week after Fay, to give you a chance to kind of digest what happened in the federal sentencing, and then we'll go from there.
What time is that, Judge?
That would be in the morning.
9 a.m.
It's just not a lengthy hearing, so it's a morning docket. How are we doing? That's pretty light. It's on February 20th. So we'll continue this to miscellaneous docket on February 2/20, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
For a status, really.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's all you're on the state.
That's all I have.
Go back here.
Mr. Rogers?
Christopher Rogers.
Do you have a case number?
23 CF 2116.
He's represented by Mr.
Sorry.
He's represented by Mr. Harper.
Mr. Harper. He's represented by Mr. Harper.
All right. We'll let Mr. Harper know. Go ahead and have a seat when your attorney comes back in. And I think Mr. Harper's still talking.
And just remind me to, remind Mr. Harper.
Yes. Thank you. You don't put your gun up. Frank, are you simple? I'm gonna go remind Mr. Harper that
If there are any other, if either of the PDs want to start with theirs.
we don't even have the PD.
Other than waivers, Your Honor, that's all.
So what's gonna happen is during lunch, these guys won't get it lunch, they're gonna have to take all these
with the court, just so the court's aware, we'll likely have to talk to some of those inmates when they do get here. They'll have to talk to.
I have one, I think one waiver of a gentleman who's out of custody who's here, but that will just take 5 seconds.
Well, let's go ahead and do what we can do. We're waiting for Mr. Harper, we're going to kind of go in order.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, Steve Medina with a waiver for Tyler A. Bunch. Mr. Bunch was here and is out of custody. His cases are 23 CF 2241 and 23 CF 807. And I would ask to continue his cases to next cycle. I have, when he was here, I didn't realize I had gotten a global offer from the state that he's, I'm sure, going to want to consider. But I don't think that there's any reason to push it to docket day, and it'd be better to do a full cycle continuance because we just got it.
It's the new law charge, which triggered the VOP, is brand new, so the court will, without objection from the state, the court will continue this till 2:40.
Yes, it can be 212 because he's out of custody.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the VOP would just ride on the same date if that's okay.
It'll be
Yes.
the same.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll run through mine while Mr. Harper's getting some stuff signed. I'll delay it for him a bit, Your Honor. My first waiver is going to be Gabrielle Flanagan, number 75 on the docket, Your Honor.
Hold on a second. Okay.
She is out of custody, Your Honor, and in some mental health treatment. We're going to ask the court to continue her to the February 12th docket.
No objection.
The recent case, looks like there's some progress.
Yes, Your Honor, and she's getting some mental health treatment. I think that'll be helpful to get that resolved.
Very good. 212, excuse me, is that 212 or 214?
212, she's out of custody, Your Honor.
212, sorry.
Next I've got with the waiver is number 76, Vernon Gamble, Your Honor.
Okay.
He is also out of custody. It's a newer case. I'd like to continue to February the 12th.
It is a newer case. Court will continue this till 212 without objection from the state.
Without objection.
Next I've got is Jaden Grant. That's number 80 on the docket.
Okay.
It's a newer case, Your Honor, juvenile with serious charges. I need to continue that case.
23 CF 1995.
No
Yes,
objection, Your Honor.
That's a newer case as well. And it's a 212?
213, or 214, Your Honor.
He's in custody, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, thank you.
Next waiver I have is D'Artagnan Haskins, number 82 on the docket.
Okay.
It's a newer case. Ms. Bosso and I are working through discovery on that.
It's without objection, Your Honor.
Continue that to 214.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next is number 84, Elijah Hendershot. It's a newer case with some serious charges, Your Honor. I need to continue for depositions.
Without objection from the state?
That's correct, Judge. In this case, I did file a motion for pretrial detention. I think we're getting that set. That way we can go ahead and argue that in the meantime.
Yes, sir. And I think the bond is well over 100,000, maybe close to 200,000. Don't expect him to bond out, and even if it gets lowered, I don't think our intent is to file a bond motion at this point either, so.
Very good. So the court will continue to 214, whatever bond issue that is out there, we'll handle that in the interim.
Yes, Your Honor. Next I've got is number 89, Keith Jackson, Your Honor. We are going to be scheduling depositions in his newest case, which is listed under number 90, Keith Jackson. So I'll need to continue.
So these are the older cases, the 213 cases, they're all VOPs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on the new law charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we'll, that's a new case, so we'll continue all of these till 214.
Yes, Your Honor. Next I've got is Dakota Kessinger, number 92 on the docket. We've done some depositions in the case. The state's getting me additional discovery based upon those. I'll need to continue his case to the February pretrial.
That's correct, Judge.
So where are we at with this?
We've done the depositions on 23 CF 765. At the depositions, one of the officers mentioned there was some body camera that I hadn't had yet, so I need to review that, and we might have to reschedule the depositions in the meantime, depending on what I see on that body camera.
And, Your Honor, we have requested that body camera footage. As soon as we obtain it, we will send it over to the PD's office.
Very good. Based upon that, the court will grant continuance till 2/14. Obviously, you got a serious case.
Yes, sure. Next I've got is number 94, Michael Kine on the docket.
Okay.
Your Honor, we are going to be asking the court to continue this case. We had an issue come up at the last deposition that's kind of put the state in a position where we need some time to figure that out and get that resolved for a potential resolution of the case.
State?
That's correct, Judge.
So is he out, is Kine out?
He is, Your Honor. The state was kind enough to agree to a bond based upon what we had at deposition, so if we can do February the 12th for him.
We'll continue to February 12th.
You know, next I've got is Richard Lane, number 95 on the docket. We filed a waiver. We're trying to get a motion in limine scheduled on him. It's gonna require a longer hearing. We haven't had it scheduled. I think January is when we were looking. The state's also gonna review for a potential offer, reopen offer, so I need to continue pending all of that.
And he is incarcerated, so we'll continue until 2/14.
Yes, sure. Next is gonna be Isaiah Moore, Your Honor. He was just sentenced on a Volusia case to 30 years in DOC. I've got to get him transported back. The state's already made an offer in his case. I anticipate a resolution once I get him back.
So how do we need to schedule it at this point?
I'm going to file a motion to order transport, if we can do February the 14th.
Okay.
And go from there, Your Honor.
State, that sound, make sense?
That's fine, Judge.
Very good. We'll continue to 2/14 and you can work on the transport order.
Yes, Your Honor. Next I've got is Matthew Peters with Ms. Sharpless. We are still working through depositions on his case. I am anticipating the state on that EMS report.
On the what?
There's an EMS report. So we had EMS report, yes, Your Honor. There's the normal one, and then one of the EMS officers has a special report that he does on his own. That's what I've been trying to get a hold of, and I think that's what we're trying to figure out, if it exists, where it's at, how to get to it. I've also made the state an offer to resolve the cases. I think the state was thinking a January miscellaneous status to see where we're at on that discovery and potential resolution for plea. So if we can do that, I think that'd be the ideal situation.
State?
I agree, January would be best, Your Honor. I mean, Mr. Gates has made a counteroffer. I'm going to sit down with the victim and speak with him about that offer.
So, Madam Clerk, where are we at with our, on 16 and 18, January 16, how many cases do we have?
One, 13th and 16th, and 6 from the 18th, so it's like.
We'll do the, January 18th.
Yes, sir. Next one I have is number 98, Antonio.
That's in the morning, it's in the
Yes, Your Honor. Next I have is Antoine Ridge, Your Honor. Mr. Ridge was just transferred over. I just was appointed to his case. He is out of custody and lives out of state, so if we could continue his case so I can get discovery, reduce discovery, and go from there.
It is a relatively, very new case. The court will continue this without objection from the state until 2/12.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next I've got is Danielle Tankersley, Your Honor. She is currently in DOC. I'm working on getting her transported back for a potential plea. We can do February the 14th.
State?
No objection.
We'll continue this till February 14th.
Good. I did want to mention Mr. Thornton, who was out here earlier, has a VOP tomorrow. if I can have that come back in on Monday with the other case that we've got for Monday. Mr. Thornton, who was here earlier about the furlough issue, he has a VOP set tomorrow, I'm fairly certain. I'd like to have all the cases brought in on Monday.
Okay. Do you know what his case number is?
I have 23 CF2447, but I don't think that's correct. It should be.
Who was
actually,
the attorney that was working?
It actually should be 21 CF1471 for Mr. Thornton on that VOP.
Who was the attorney?
I'm the attorney, but he's being transferred over from Division 2, so it's in the process of all coming.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get an answer before court tomorrow, so I'd rather have him come in on Monday.
I haven't. William Thornton continued till docket day.
Yes, Your Honor, but
Yes, Your Honor.
he's got a VOP
Oh, I see
tomorrow.
what you're saying. Do you know what the VOP tomorrow is?
21 CF1471.
So we'll move that one.
The Monday as well, yes, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, can you get that?
Next
I
up.
don't have my docket for tomorrow, so you might have to, if I call it tomorrow, you might have to remind me we moved that to Monday.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because I may not remember when I go back and I'm working on it.
I have two more waivers, Your Honor. One's Jesse Vincent.
Okay.
We're getting him evaluated for competency. If we can continue his case to February the 14th. There's also additional cases that are going to be coming down and transferred into our division as well.
With this defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
State.
No objection.
No objection. The court will continue this till next cycle, February 14th.
And the last one I've got for a waiver of her is going to be Ricky Wilson, number 103 and 104 on the docket. We have the motion, or the State's Williams Rule hearing, I think January the 19th is when the court scheduled that for.
Yes, that was the Williams Rule hearing that we had to move to different days.
So
So I believe the 19th is the new date that we set with Mr. Foxwell.
Okay, so that's been set?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So we'll need to continue all the cases pending that hearing.
That's correct, Judge.
So do you want to go ahead and just put it on the next cycle?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, we've got another case that we just don't, it doesn't
Yeah,
get dropped.
it's a Williams Rule motion, Your Honor, so it's gonna end up with, depending on, even if the court grants it or denies it, it's still gonna end up in a trial. So we'll need to put it in
So we'll
February.
continue till 2/14,
Yes, Your
the
Honor.
next full cycle, but the other case, and the other motion will handle.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. And that's all the waivers I've got. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Sierra Banks.
She's number 44 on the docket. Judge, Sierra Banks is before the court on 19 CF 1454, 19 CF 1459, 21 CF 454, and 22 CF 2784, as well as 23 CF 1170. Judge, we're going to bring her back on docket day. This will be a plea at that time.
Very good. The court will continue this till docket day, which is the 18th at 9 a.m.
Monday.
for plea.
Catherine Ellenberg.
Judge, this is Catherine Ellenberg. For me, just a moment.
What's the last name again?
Ellenberg, number 51 on the docket, Judge. She's before the court on 23 CF 2088.
Thank you.
Judge, she's before the courts on 23 CF 2088. We have a deal in principle. We just have one particular issue that needs to be addressed. This will be a plea on docket day. We'll bring her back on the 18th.
Very good. We'll continue this till docket day, 9/18.
Can I ask, what was the alias of DeMarcus Smith, real quick?
It was Kimmel. Robin Kimmel.
Robin Kibble?
Kimmel.
Kimball, okay, because there is no DeMarcus Smith listed in the Okaloosa County Jail, so I don't know if that.
He's listed on X jail.
He's listed.
It's the
On
website.
jail website.
This is Rebecca Farakis, Judge number 52 on the docket. She's before the court on 22 CF 2327, 23 CF 1067, and 23 CF 1351. Judge, this will be, if we can leave this set for docket day, I just need to review something with Ms. Farakis. I think we can come to a resolution, but if we can bring her back on Monday.
Very good. We'll come back on docket day 12/18, 9 a.m. for hopefully resolution.
And Your Honor, that's plea continue?
Correct.
Yep. Judge, this is Kathleen G.E.E., number 56 on the docket.
What's the number again?
I have her as number 56.
Got it.
Ms. G is before the court on 23 CF 1674, 23 CF 2204. However, she also has an additional case that's not on today's docket, and the information on that case has not been filed because it's relatively new. I'm hoping if we can put her on docket day, information will be filed. We'll resolve all three cases on Monday.
Okay. We'll continue this until docket day 12/18 for pleas. Mr. Velasco, just for clarification, if there's not an announcement ready for trial today, we're not gonna come back on docket day, and all of a sudden, spring on, and we're ready for trial, you gotta go. So unless it's announced, you can assume it's a plea.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm just trying to let you know, you're not gonna get jammed by, hey, nobody talked about the trial, and you thought it was a resolution or a continuance. It's the ready for trial that has to be stated in open court.
Thank you, Judge. That was the concern, so I appreciate you clarifying.
Judge, this is Nicole Giddens, 23 CF 2293. So do you want to take this, Steve, or not? It's 1 year probation. This date there. Okay. She's before the courts on 23 CF 2293. Judge, at this time, Ms. Giddens is going to withdraw her previously entered plea and enter a plea of no contest. This will be a plea to a lesser included offense of possession of paraphernalia as to count 1, as charges to count 2. Adjudication of guilt, 11 months and 29 days of probation to run concurrent, $270 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, do a substance abuse evaluation and any recommended treatment, evals to occur within 30 days, treatment within 60, and undergo random year analysis. If I may approach, Judge?
Is this a withhold or adjudication?
This is an adjudication, Judge.
State in agreement on this plea?
We are, Your Honor. And for the record, is the defense stipulating to the score sheet?
Since it's a plea to dismiss meters.
Perfect. All right.
Ms. Gibbons, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Now pull that mic down, speak into it so I can hear it.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. So, just need to ask you a couple questions, make sure you understand what you're doing, and that you're entering into this freely and voluntarily. Okay, that's the purpose of my questions. So, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see those terms are contained in the written plea agreement that I see you've signed. So my first question is, Did you read this plea agreement closely?
Yes.
And did you go over it with your attorney, make sure you had all your
Yes.
legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering into this plea agreement, you're waiving some valuable legal rights, really the right to go to a trial and contest all this, so that you can have a final resolution today.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
I do, sir.
And you believe that you're freely and voluntarily entering into this plea agreement in order to do that?
Yes, sir.
You believe this is in your best interest to enter into this plea?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any further questions of the court or of your attorney about this plea?
No, sir. I understand it all.
Very good. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept the plea. As to count one, it'll be the lesser included possession of paraphernalia, and then as charged in count two. So it's basically 2 counts of possession of paraphernalia. And there'll be an adjudication of guilt on these 2 charges. You'll be sentenced to 11 months, 29 days probation. In each of these 2 counts, they'll run concurrent and run at the same time, so it's basically a total of 1 year, okay? And you've got fees and costs, and there's some conditions of the probation, most important of which is the substance abuse evaluation to follow any recommended treatment. You've got to do that in 30 and 60 days. And submit to random UAs during the course of this probation. And all the fees and costs have to be paid during the terms of the probation as well. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Very good. The most important thing on the probation is to stay in real good contact with your probation officer.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Don't make them chase after you. Because if you can do that, they'll help coordinate these things and help work with you. We want you to be successful. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Nope, that's it.
Thank you.
Right this way, ma'am. Jenica Hales. Right this way, ma'am.
Judge, this is Janika Hales, number 59 of the docket. She's before the court on 23 CF 1868. Ms. Hales advised me that she was recently sent to first appearance on a brand new felony case. I'm hoping that by Monday we can get some information on that case because she would like to plead to everything. This is the first time up on this particular offense, but if we could bring her back.
Do we have a case number in it? Did you say it has not?
I didn't see anything in bench part yet, Judge, as of yesterday when I looked.
Okay.
But I'm hoping by Monday we'll have a better grasp on it.
So we'll continue this till docket day or
Monday.
Plea or continue?
Okay.
Monday.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
This next case, Judge, is Amy Harrell. She's before the court on 23 CF 2043. You may have just a moment.
Yes.
Sorry, Judge, there were some additional terms that were added. I just want to make sure she understood it. Ms. Harrell is before the court on 23 CF 2043. At this time, she's going to withdraw her previously entered plea, enter a plea of no contest. She'll be adjudicated guilty. She'll be placed on 2 years of probation on count 1, 6 months of probation on count 2, 11 months and 29 days of probation on count 3. All of that will run concurrent, so she'll have a total of 2 years of probation. Be assessed $615 in court costs, $100 cost of defense, 10 to complete a substance abuse evaluation and any recommended treatments, evaluation to occur within 30 days, treatment to occur within 60, have random urinalysis. There's 24 hours of community service work, maintain gainful employment, no drugs not prescribed, and no firearms during supervision. If I may approach, Judge, I don't know if we have a score sheet, but I'll stipulate to the score sheet, this is not a downward departure.
It is not, Your Honor, and I do have one printing. She scores 18 total sentence points. This is not a downward departure.
Is the state in agreement with the plea?
Yes, that it was the state's agreement.
Very good. Okay. Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So ma'am, you just heard your attorney, put your hand down. Heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see those terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you've signed. My first question is, did you read this plea agreement closely?
Yes, sir.
And did you go over it in detail with your attorney, make sure you had all your legal questions answered about this plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Importantly, you're waiving some valuable legal rights. That's why I want to make sure you understand. You've had a chance to question your attorney about it. You're waiving the right to go to a trial on this.
Yes, sir.
Force the state to prove their case beyond every reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
You're waiving that so there can be a final adjudication on this case.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do here today?
Yes, sir.
I believe it's in your best interest.
Yes, sir.
And you do have you have had all your legal questions answered.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea. There'll be an adjudication on all 3 counts. And on the possession of a controlled substance, the court sentencing you to 2 years of probation. And as to count 2, 6 months of probation. Count 3, 11 months, 29 days probation. Each of those 3 probationary periods are going to run concurrent. So that means at the same time.
Okay.
Essentially a total, the upper level one is 2 years, a total of 2 years.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay? There are a number of other conditions. Conditions of this probation that you have to follow. There's some standard ones, but the important ones, the additional ones, is you got to get a substance abuse evaluation and follow any treatment. Very standard stuff. You got to do random UAs and community service hours, maintain gainful employment, no illegal drugs. Can't have any illegal drugs anyway.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why they put that in.
Right.
So they'll violate you and then new charge you.
Yes, sir.
Do that. So the most important thing on this thing is to stay in good contact with your probation officer, and follow through on these things. Get off on these. Don't wait around for the substance abuse because it takes time. You know, there's some bureaucracy. You got to get in
Yes, sir.
meetings and all that stuff.
Yes,
Get
sir.
on top of it. So you
Yes, sir.
gotta know, you always wanna get out, you know, get on probation. I want you to be successful on this probation.
I will, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
30 days to appeal, Your Honor?
Ma'am, you do have 30 days to appeal, even though it's an agreement, you still can appeal.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mauricio
Bonilla.
Bonilla.
Judge, Mr. Bonilla is number 45 on the docket. He's before the court on 22 CF 1558. Judge, I've emailed the state a counteroffer. If they're amenable and the victim in the case is amenable, it's possible we can resolve it on docket day. So if we can bring him back on 12/18. Notwithstanding that, I intend to do the deposition of the alleged victim in January. She's out of state, so that's what we'll.
So we'll continue, come back on docket day, clear continue on the 18th, that's Monday, 9 a.m.
Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, this is Antonio Clark. He's before the court on 23 CF 2050 and 23 CF 2098. Judge, we're going to ask to continue this to do the deposition of the victim in this matter, as well as some of the witnesses. And hopefully we can come to, assuming they show up, we should be able to come to a resolution next cycle.
Very good. This is the new case, the court will continue until 2/14 at 9 a.m.
Michael Coffin.
Judge, this is Michael Costin before the court on 23 CF 1401 and 23 CF 1402. For me, have just a second. Judge, we're going to bring him back on Monday for a plea. This will be resolved this cycle, Judge. We made an offer, and the state was not amenable to that, so.
What's that?
We made an offer, and the state was not amenable to that. We'll come to a resolution on Monday.
Okay. So we'll come back on docket date 12/18. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Charles Craig.
This is Donaldson.
Who is this? Where's Craig?
Mr. Craig's in a wheelchair.
Oh, they're probably gonna do him last.
Okay, that's fine. Judge, this is Cornelius Donaldson, 22 CF 1617. May I have just a moment?
What's the first thing you had said?
This one? Charles Craig is the one on here. Councilman, I'll tell you.
I apologize in advance, Judge. This is kind of a convoluted agreement, so I'll go slow. This will be an adjudication of guilt. Plea as charged as to counts 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. This will be a plea to a lesser included offense of robbery with a firearm as to count 4. On count 4, which is still the most serious offense, he'll be placed on 1 year community control, followed by 9 years of probation, which can automatically terminate at 5 years if all requirements are complete.
Is that, make sure we're clear on this point of clarification. You're saying it's an automatic termination
If all requirements are complete, Judge.
and no violation?
And no violations.
Okay. Not just the right, he has the right to seek it. It is automatically terminated.
Yes, sir, he doesn't have to petition.
Okay.
With respect to the felony counts that are remaining, counts 1, 2, 3, and 6, it will be 1 year community control, followed by 4 years of probation to run concurrent. Those are all third-degree felonies. Count 5, which is a misdemeanor, will be 11 months and 29 days of probation to run concurrent. The conditions of probation: no contact with the victim, testify truthfully against the co-defendants, and agree to meet with the state for trial preparation. No firearms, no narcotics during supervision, no contact with the co-defendants, perform 50 hours of community service work. He's asking for the option of buying that out at the statutory rate. Complete an anti-theft course, maintain employment, and have a substance abuse evaluation and any recommended treatments, evaluation within 30 days, treatment within 60. Judge, I don't think that we have a score sheet because this is an amended offer, but this will be a downward departure pursuant to a negotiated plea between the parties.
That is correct, Your Honor, and this agreement is done with the victim's consent.
And the state is in agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, this was the state's agreement. And I will get this court a short.
We have to identify, do you think it would be, just for clarity's sake, to identify the co-defendants? Just identify as co-defendants is sufficient? Just want to make sure everybody's clear.
Yes, Your Honor, by co-defendants, the state means Elijah Anthony Jones and Johanna Joy Dwyer.
And for clarification purposes as well, Judge, there is potentially one additional unknown co-defendant at this time who might become charged.
Your Honor, the victim's name is Tyler Ford.
Okay. Let me ask the question again. Do we need to put it in writing?
I don't, it's our position, I don't think it's necessary. I don't know if it's-
Okay, I just want to make sure it's clear.
They've been identified on the record, Judge, they're also on the discovery exhibit.
Okay, very good. Mr. Donaldson, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? So, you heard your attorney, you can put your hand down. You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. And I see those same terms are contained in the written agreement, a little hard to read, but I'm here. And you signed this written plea agreement. So my first question is, did you read this plea agreement closely?
I never had a chance to.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna allow you to go back, take a look at it. We'll bring you back out. Two things that I need to do. When you come in, the purpose of my questions are very clear. I'm gonna ask you some questions. One is, I wanna make sure you understand what your plea agreement is. We're not trying to trick you. I don't want you to, I hate somebody coming in. I didn't realize that I agreed to that on probation. And as they were hooking them up with handcuffs. Okay, that's not what we're trying to do here. Okay? I want to make sure you understand what you're pleading to. And secondly, that you're entering into it freely and voluntarily. That's the only purpose of my question. So if you haven't read it, I can't guarantee you know it. So I want you to look at it. If you need any further time, I'm going to ask you, did you talk to your attorney about it? Is there any questions? I'm going to ask you all those questions. If you need to talk with your attorney, fine. You have plenty of time. We're not trying to jam this on you today, okay? So I'm going to ask you to go, come back when you, after you've read this stuff, okay?
Right this way, Mr. Donaldson.
Your Honor, and we need to make sure that we have a clear address for the individuals.
Very good. Thank you.
Mr. Edwards?
Judge, this is Eric Edwards before the court on 21 CF 1210 and 21 CF 2883. The state and I are in negotiations still. I believe that they're amenable to bringing him back on docket day, just for status purposes, just so I can update Mr. Edwards as to where we're at.
So are we coming back on docket day for a plea or just for a status?
Potentially either.
Okay, so it's a plea or continue?
Yes, sir.
Status, just figure out where we're going. Okay. So we'll continue to state, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll continue this until docket day, which is next Monday, 12/18, 9 a.m. There's further work going on apparently in between.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Is that Forcell?
This is more Mr. Forcell, 23 CF 2058. Judge, we're going to bring him back on docket day. I believe that this was the first time up. What I'm asking for, I think the state just wanted to clarify one of the issues on the plea agreement, and I need to convey that information to Mr. Forcell. And if we can bring him back on docket day, we'll get this sorted.
Very good. So we'll come back 12/18, which is docket day Monday, for a plea or continue.
Mr. Donald Fugerson?
Any questions about this? Is this still what you want to do? View. Sign and date. Bottom defendant. Forget your name. Judge, this is Donald Fuggerson. He's before the court on 23 CF 445. At this time, he's going to withdraw his previously entered plea and enter a plea of no contest. This will be a plea to counts 2 and 3 as charged. The state is going to be dismissing count 1, be adjudicated guilty, placed on 3 years of probation, be assessed $515 in court costs, $150 cost of defense. A condition of probation is that he attend and complete Project Hope, which is a 12-month inpatient treatment program, and the cost of supervision he's asking be waived while in Project Hope. If I may approach, Judge, I don't think if we can file the score sheet later.
Your Honor, I do need to generate an amended score sheet. This will be a downward departure, though, and it's based on an uncoerced plea bargain.
Very good. Your Honor, for the record, we will stipulate to that score sheet.
It's a downward departure even with the dismissal of the no process of the first count 1?
I believe so, because count 1 is a 3rd degree, but count 2 is a 2nd degree, so I don't think it's really.
Gotcha. Okay, and states in agreement with the plea?
The terms that he announced, that's correct, Judge.
No. Just tampering with the witness.
Sir, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Fuggerson, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I see those same terms are in writing in the written plea agreement that you have signed. So my first question is, did you read this closely?
Yes, sir.
And did you go over it in detail with your attorney? Make sure you had all your legal questions answered about this plea?
Yes, sir.
And importantly, you understand you're waiving the right, some valuable legal rights, right? To go to a trial, force the state to prove their case. Waiving on it, hey, I want this final resolution of this case here today. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
I believe it's in your best interest.
Yes, sir.
To do that. And you have had all your legal questions answered by your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Satisfied with the representation? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea. And the court is, the state is agreeing to dismiss count 1. In order to have the agreement to be adjudicated guilty and no contest plea as to counts 2 and 3 as charged. And as to count 2, the court's going to, there'll be an adjudication of guilt, and the court's sentencing you to 3 years probation. There's court costs, cost of defense, and a condition of the probation, importantly, you're agreeing to attend and complete Project Hope, which is a 12-month inpatient treatment program. You understand that? Cost of supervision will be waived while in Project Hope. So, this is important. That's a condition of the probation. So if you don't complete that, it's serious. If you don't complete it, you'll violate your probation, and they're going to come back, and based on the seriousness of these charges, particularly count 2, if you violate this probation, they're probably going to be asking for prison. I want you to understand that these stakes are high, but you're given a chance. Somebody's pitching in for you, giving you an opportunity to try and do this. So take it seriously. Whenever you go in and do an inpatient program or any type of program, whatever kind of treatment, you've got to start right here. Can't be out there. They're not going to, quote, do something for you. You got to start and say, I want to do this. I want to make this change. You don't do that, you're going to fail before you start. So take it seriously and do it. You got a chance. You're a young man. You got your whole life ahead. Okay? Any questions?
Your Honor.
That's a good point. Is this a bar test?
Yes, Your Honor.
How is he going to be transported to Project Hope? Is it going to be a family member or how?
I'm not certain, Judge. I think that Project Hope does have a delivery mechanism on their own. I think
And Judge, while we're still on this case, I'd just say that the state has complied with Marcy's law.
Right this way, Mr. Ferguson.
So, you understand that you're gonna have to stay until you get transported over directly to Project Hope?
Quincy Fuquay?
You have 30 days to appeal that, Mr. Ferguson.
Judge, this is Mr. Fuquay, number 55 on the dockets, before the court on 23 CF 2062. Judge, this is the first time up. Based on this fact pattern, I've made a request to the states of a counteroffer. I'd like to bring him back on docket date, see if it's at all possible we can resolve this cycle. So if we can bring him back on 12/18.
Come back on docket day 12/18 for plea.
Craig Golden, you know?
Your Honor, afterwards, could we recall Mr. Ferguson? I don't think they're gonna come get him, so I don't think we can do bars to bed. I just looked at the letter. I don't see that they have transport options.
He's still here.
Judge, this is Craig Golden. He's before the court on 22 CF 256, as well as 22 CF 288 and 22 CF 2095. The court may recall that we're still waiting on our DNA expert to do an independent analysis of the evidence in this case. Additionally, we're going to try to do any remaining depositions on the trafficking case in the interim. What I'm asking to do is continue this to the February pretrial. This will be, and I'm fine with announcing for the court, this will be our last continuance. So we'll be ready for either a negotiated plea or a trial that cycle.
State?
That'll be acceptable to the state, Your Honor. As you said, he does have some depositions in the trafficking case, and then we're ready on the sexual battery case.
Very good. The court will continue this matter until 2/14. So ask the clerk, note in the minutes this will be the last meeting. Thank you.
You call on Mr. Ferguson?
Yeah, no.
Again, for the record, we're recalling Mr. Ferguson, 23 CF 445. At issue is Project Hope and whether or not there's a mechanism for him to get transported there. I'm fine with putting some conditions that he report to Project Hope within a certain time frame. It's my understanding from the letter, I think that there is bed availability.
My understanding, based on, I just reread the letter, there is a bed available, but nowhere in the letter does it say that they'll come get him. So my suggestion would be we say he has to check in with Project Hope within 48 hours of release.
And that's, if probation's fine with that, I'm fine with that.
Normally what happens is Project Hope personnel will pick them up and bring them out of probation, and then probation will release them back into Project Hope's custody.
Okay. So even though it's not contained in the letter, if that's the standard way of doing it, I'm gonna order that it'll be done that way. If for some reason, that's not the way it happens, the court will work with you all to figure out an alternative solution. But for now, court's going to put it on record, we'll release, just like probation is just indicated, we'll release Project Hope personnel. They'll take you to their program, work with you there, and then they'll release you back to probation.
Okay, I understand that. All right,
Lee, we're gonna skip the map, we're gonna go with tomorrow.
Thank you. All right, clarification.
Judge, this is Mr. Hudson. He's before the court on 23 CF 855. Judge, I'm still waiting for a mental health evaluation on this matter. And so I'd ask to continue this.
Okay. State.
No objection.
Court will continue this matter until the next cycle, 2/14 of 9/8.
We'll have the doctor talk to you, okay?
How you doing, Mr. Buck?
We skipped over, Holovac, Richard Holovac.
Yes, sir, I think he might be a Max, which is why.
He is. Okay.
This is Condorus Jackson, number 64, Judge, 23 CF 1887. Likewise, this is the first time up on this particular case, but based on the allegations in the report, I do have discovery. I think it's possible we can resolve this cycle. I've sent a counteroffer to the states. If we can bring him back on docket day, I'm hoping.
Stay okay with that? We'll come back on docket day for plea or continue.
Certainly.
Very good.
Bring it back Monday. Judge, this is Michael Jenkins, number 65 on the docket. He's before the court on 22 CF 2308 and 23 CF 314. Judge, the court may recall that we had a motion to suppress hearing on this matter last month. We are going to ask to have one last continuance. We will proceed forward to either trial or a negotiated plea next cycle.
The state would agree with that. I think that this is the last continuance, and then we'll be in a trial position.
Very good. The court will continue this matter till 2:14 at 9 a.m. and ask the clerk to make the minutes reflect this will be the last continuance.
We're going to recall Mr. Donaldson. He's read his plea.
This is Cornelius Donaldson. Okay. All right, Judge, this is Cornelius Donaldson. We're recalling him, 22 CF 1617. He's advised that he has read this plea agreement. For the record, we did go over this yesterday, but and then I've advised him this just now. If he has any additional questions, he's advising that he doesn't.
So, Mr. Donaldson, you're still under oath. So, go back and just say, so you've had a chance now to review the terms of the plea and sentencing agreement that you've signed. Have you, one, reviewed this and also gone over it in detail with your attorney? Yes? Yes, sir. We're actually recording this. So you understand the terms and feel like you've had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
And you understand importantly that as is contained in this agreement, there is, you're waiving a number of valuable legal rights by entering into this.
Yes, sir.
Most important is the right to go to a trial, right, to force the state to prove their case beyond every reasonable doubt. You're waiving that right. This will be a final adjudication of your case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You believe this is in your best interest to enter into this?
Yes, sir.
And is there a legal, factual basis for this plea agreement?
Yes, sir. And this is a stipulated downward departure for negotiated terms between the parties.
Based upon?
On a course plea
Of
bargain.
course, plea bargain, or?
Very good. And you don't have any further questions with your attorney?
No.
Okay. Very good. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept this plea agreement. There'll be an adjudication of guilt and as charged as to counts 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And count 4 will be the lesser included offense of robbery with a firearm. And based upon those adjudications, the court will, as to count 4, sentence you to 1 year of community control, followed by 9 years of standard probation. The defendant can automatically terminate at 5 years halfway through if all requirements have been complete and no violations. It actually doesn't say in no violation, you probably need to add that. So it's no violations and complete all the terms. And as to counts 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, those are third-degree felonies, so the maximum 5 years, so you'll get 1 year community control, 4 years, total of 5, 4 years of standard probation on all those. All of these probations are all gonna be concurrent. They're all gonna run at the same time. So the long one, the one community control followed by 9 years, that's the one, that's the maximum that you would have under this, the terms of this agreement. There are a number of important conditions of this probation, and I just want to make sure and ask you about them. One is to have no contact with the victim, and we know who that is, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And importantly, this is an important one, obviously. You've agreed to testify truthfully against the co-defendants and to meet with the state for any kind of preparation for trial, etc. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that if you fail to meet this condition, that your probation could be violated.
Yes, sir.
And there's some other things, community service hours, employment, substance abuse evaluation, all these things are all contained as conditions. You've gone over that, you feel like you're comfortable with that?
Yes, sir.
The only little bit of advice I would say to you is, one, you know, and it's always a little, I will say to you, a little disheartening to sentence people frequently to probation, knowing that many, actually upwards of half, don't finish. That, I wish that weren't so. What that means is you gotta take this serious. And it's gotta start with maintaining good contact with your probation officer. It's the dumbest thing in the world to fail on probation if you don't keep in contact with somebody. I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying it bothers me because people end up going to jail if they don't stay in contact with their probation officer. Really?
Understand.
So, take it serious each day. This will be item number 1. Okay, any questions?
Judge, I think he needs to announce on the record where he's going to be staying with his son for probation.
Do you have an address for you?
Yes, I do.
Can you say it on the record?
3332 Blue Cove Drive, Santa Rosa Beach, apartment 228.
332.
Blue Cove Drive,
Okay.
Santa Rosa Beach, apartment 228.
228. Did probation get there?
30 days to appeal, Your Honor.
I'm sorry? Sir, even though you just entered into this agreement, you have 30 days to appeal.
Right this way, Mr. Donaldson, I need to do things right. Richard Hollaback?
Judge.
Yeah, do you have the statute number for the lesser included? Thank you.
I apologize, Judge, I don't have the statute.
What was the name of the charge?
Robert.
You know how that one is?
Judge, this is Richard Hollaback, number 61 on the docket. He's before the court on 22 CF 2885. Judge, we were recently appointed in this matter. I'm coming up to speed. I'm receiving the discovery as well as determining what's happened with respect to his case and what's still outstanding. My understanding is the previous counsel did quite a bit. I just need to know what's left to do. So I'd ask to continue this one cycle.
State.
Your Honor, the state has no objection to continue. Mr. Harper received this case after the meeting withdrew. So if there's anything Mr. Harper needs, the state would ask you please reach out. But the discovery was complete as far as the state knows. I'm still less than inquire about the status of discovery. As far as the state knows, the discovery was complete in Mr. Gates. So Mr. Harper isn't missing anything. Please reach out to the state. We would also ask that Mr. Harper reach out and schedule that position.
I'll do that, Judge.
Very good. Thank you very much for continuing to
you said we wanted to bring back a doctor. You wanted depositions is what you said.
Judge, this is Mr. Knight. He's before the court on 23 CF 704 and 23 CF 1515. Judge, I believe we have depositions set in January. So I'd ask to continue this one cycle. Mr. Knight is providing me with some information. Hopefully we can incorporate this into a resolution. He's been accepted in some inpatient treatment programs. And I'll be working on that in the interim as well.
Very good. We'll continue this to 2/14 at 9. State in agreement without objection.
Without objection.
Very good.
Marcus Snowden should be the last one that we have.
Marcus Snowden, judge number 70 on the docket. Mr. Snowden is before the court on 21 CF 2286. Judge, we've done a number of depositions in this case. I think the only one that's outstanding is one pertaining to the confidential informant who is actually in federal custody in Missouri or Mississippi.
Trying to come and get him over here.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Judge.
I'm not sorry.
He's a co-defendant in that whole case.
Okay.
We're still waiting to depose the federal inmate.
He's the only depositions that's outstanding, Judge. We had asked to set this for control in 2/14, even though that depot is currently set in March.
Right. And we agreed, you weren't in the courtroom at that time. Co-defendants, bless you, that
I think they're also similarly
we're
set.
all trying to work out, and they're actually trying to get the inmate come over here and make it a little easier on everybody.
Possibly, yes, sir.
And just to update Mr. Barker on the record, the state has made contact with the U.S. Marshals today, actually, and we're waiting for their outcome.
Okay, very good. So we'll continue this till 2/14 for a control day and see where we're going.
Judge, if I can,
You're good.
okay. If I can address some cases that weren't called, Charles Craig, number 48 on the docket.
Okay.
Mr. Craig is in a wheelchair. He has a number of physicals as well as other issues. I'm going to ask to continue this to do the deposition of the victim in this matter. This is a cold case, and I would ask to set this for 2/14.
Very good. Court, without objection, grant the continuance to 2/14.
And then the other two that I have, Judge, is Rayshawn Schaffner, who's number 69 on the docket. He has a number of cases. 21 CF 2362, 21 CF 2364, 21 CF 2399, 21 CF 3297, 21 CF 3299, 22 CF 340, 23 CF 1155, 23 CF 1156, 23 CF 1205. Judge, I believe he was not transported because he's having some behavioral issues. There's a mental health evaluation that's outstanding on Mr. Schaffner, so I'd ask to continue that so that I can receive that and hopefully go forward.
No objection.
We'll continue this till 2/14, all counts.
And the last one that I have, Judge, is number 71 on the docket, Reginald Washington. He's before the court on 23 CF 171. Likewise, he was not transported due to behavioral issues. There is a mental health evaluation outstanding on him as well. I'd ask to continue this to 2/14.
We'll continue this till 2/14.
Thank you, judges.
I have one other one that's on mine.
Oh, yes, yes, sir.
Christopher Rogers?
He's actually out of custody. Mr. Rogers, he is number
68.
68. Mr. Rogers is before the court on 23 CF 2116. Judge, he's got a number of cases both here in juvenile court as well. I've advised him and his mother that due to the bonds posted in this particular matter, that requires us to file a motion to withdraw due to indigency concerns. I advised her and Mr. Rogers as well to fill out a public defender application because the records don't reflect that that was ever done. And that way we might be able to update and address any of their concerns with respect to their finances. But as it stands right now, I'm in a position where I'm required to go and file a motion to withdraw based on them doing that. And I would ask to continue this one cycle so that we can address those particular issues.
What's, can the state kind of fill me in a little bit? I don't know what the juvenile charges are, kind of where are we going?
I think the juvenile one is up north, so she might not.
Your Honor,
Say up north,
as
you're
far.
talking about Crestview up north.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Your Honor, as far as I
That's
was.
in the same county, I think she can figure that out.
As far as I was aware, Your Honor, both juvenile cases that he had were closed. This case was a direct file from a juvenile case.
Right.
So I'm showing that 23 CJ 640, well, yeah, that's the only, I'm showing that that case is closed.
Okay.
The only reason I bring that up is that our attorney up north still has a juvie case.
Okay. So what I would suggest, my understanding is the way it works is so that the juvenile understands this, you know, it depends on who paid that bond. You paid that bond, then you're obviously not in it. But if somebody else paid it, family member, it might allow you to still have representation. You need to fill out that form accurately. So then Mr. Harper can figure out whether or not he needs to withdraw. And if he withdraws, then whether you need to hire your own attorney. Okay? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So we'll continue this till 2/14, so you do need to, no, excuse me, not 2/14, you're out on
2/12.
bond, so we're gonna be 2/12, February 12th at 9 a.m. is our next hearing, okay?
Yes, sir.
Stay in touch with Mr. Harper at least until you figure out whether he's on board or, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
And Judge, it just came to my attention, I skipped one more case, Marquand Johnson, number 66. After speaking with the state, I believe that Mr. Johnson has actually been picked up by the federal government and he's in their custody. So if we can set this for status next cycle, or do you want a miscellaneous date?
That would be fine with the state judge. My understanding is that the prosecutor's out in Pensacola are going to call me, and he's anticipated to plead this month. I suppose it hasn't happened yet, otherwise they would have called me.
So they're anticipating a plea in the federal case?
Correct, and it's charged based on the same facts. So essentially, when he pleads in the federal case, I anticipate our case will go away.
Okay. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we just do it in the next cycle unless you all need to move it up or if it helps. Whatever, we can do that. But let's just put it on the next cycle and we'll figure out where to go from there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge. I think that's all I have.
Thank you.
This last word, right?
Okay. So, Mr. Medina and Mr. Gates will reconvene at 1:30. Does that work?
As I told